State People Struggles. States People Struggles. Page number 257, chapter number 13. The fourth major development during this period was the spread of national movement to the princely states. Appalling economic and political and social conditions prevailed in most of them. Peasants were oppressed, land revenue and taxation were excessive and unbearable, education was retarded, health and other social services were extremely backward, and freedom for the press and other civil rights hardly existed. The bulk of the state revenue was spent on the luxuries of the princes. In several states, serfdom, slavery, and forced labor flourished. Throughout history, a corrupt and decadent ruler was checked to some extent by the challenge of internal revolt or external aggression. British rule freed the princes in both these dangers and they felt free to indulge in gross misgovernment. Moreover, the British authorities began to use the princes to prevent the growth of national unity and to counter the rising national movement. The princes, in turn, dependent on their self preservation from popular revolt, on the protection by the British power, and adopted a hostile attitude to the national movement. In 1921, the Chamber of Princes was created to enable the princes to meet and discuss under British guidance matters of common interest. In the Government of India Act 1935, the proposed federal structure was so planned as to check the forces of nationalism. It was provided that the princes would get 2/5 of the seats in the upper house and 1/3 of the seats in the lower house. People of many of the princely states now began to organize movements for democratic rights and popular governments. The All India States People Conference was already been founded in December 1927 to coordinate political activities in different states. The civil disobedience movement produced a deep impact on the minds of people of these states and stirred them into political activity. Popular struggles were waged in many states, particularly in Rajkot, Jaipur, Kashmir, Hyderabad, and Travancore. The princes met these struggles with violent repression. Some of them also took recourse to communalism. The Nizam of Hyderabad declared that the popular agitation was anti-Muslim. The Maharaja of Kashmir branded it as anti-Hindu, while the Maharaja of Travancore claimed that Christians were behind the popular agitation. The National Congress, supported by the state's people struggle, and urged the princes to introduce a democratic representative government and to grant fundamental civil rights. In 1938, when the Congress defined its goal of independence, it included the independence of the princely states. Next year, at the Tripuri session, it declared to take a more active part in the state's people's movements. As if to emphasize on to the common national aims of political struggle in British India and in the states, Jawaharlal Nehru became the president of All India States People Conference in 1939. The States People's Movement awakened national consciousness among the people of the state. It also spread a new consciousness of unity all over India. Thank you everyone for tuning in. In the next part, we are going to start with growth of communalism on page number 257. Thank you everyone for tuning in. All the best for your exams and do share and subscribe the channel for more videos like this.